What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and today we are at the All-Star break at the time of making this video, and we need to talk about the Winnipeg Jets because I see a lot of people, kind of panicking a little bit, thinking, oh no, are we getting, the classic January nosedive, the classic, play great until the new year kind of thing, and then, start to tail off and, barely squeak into the playoffs. I see a lot of people starting to panic about the Jets after their most recent 3-game losing streak, where they lost to the Boston Bruins and then back-to-back games against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, despite the 3-game losing streak, the Jets are in one of the best positions in the NHL as they have 65 points through 47 games, are third in the Central, just 2 points behind first place, the Colorado Avalanche. They do have 2 games in hand on them, as well as the Dallas Stars, who are 1 point in front of them. The Jets are still in one of the best positions in the NHL, and heading into the All-Star break, getting healthy is going to be a big priority for them, and I think that getting a healthy lineup back for the beginning of February, heading into, that home stretch, heading into April where the playoffs stand, is going to be huge for Winnipeg. Now, I totally get it. I get the panic. We've seen this movie before. I understand, but I truly do think that this team is different for a lot of reasons. I'll go over them in this video, but I just need everybody to relax, take a step back, breathe. Don't let 1 week of Jets hockey, make you forget about the 34 games prior to the Bruins game, right, where the Jets let in 3 goals or less for 34 straight games. That's unbelievable. But undoubtedly, the biggest issue with the Winnipeg Jets right now, and one of the biggest reasons people are panicking, is their finishing ability, as they have really struggled this season trying to put the puck in the back of the net. They've been incredible defensively, one of the best defensive teams in the NHL, if not the best, and they just cannot score. Now, this is partially due to injury, as Gabe Vilardi, missed a big chunk of the season at the beginning of the year. Since then, he's looked great, and then right after, he started to find his groove, Kyle Connor went down. The Jets still played really good, and then Mark Scheifele went down for the last, 5 to 6 games, and the Jets just have not looked maybe as great as they have before. But with Mark Scheifele going down, it really exposed their center depth, as, Vlad Namestnikov is now the 1C, Adam Lowry is the 2C, and we've got Dom Toninato and, Rasmus Kapari in there. So not an ideal center situation for Winnipeg, and, with Mark Scheifele going down, it exposed a lot of issues. In the game against the Bruins and in the 2 back-to-back games against the Toronto Maple Leafs, the Jets only managed to score 3 goals. That is not going to win you hockey games, although I don't think they played totally terrible, especially in the Boston game. It was 2-1 all the way down there, and, I don't know. It was a tough loss. It was a game that I thought the Jets could have won, kind of a back-and-forth one there, but they needed to generate better chances, and they just couldn't with, the situation with the lineup. Now, I see a lot of people panicking, right, saying that, oh no, this is the same old Jets, but I think that this 3-game losing streak was big for Winnipeg in, a kind of a quieter, more subtle way. Obviously, you don't want to lose 3 games, but I think that management and the guy sitting up there in the GM chair, Kevin Cheveldayoff, has, kind of seen that, okay, I need to make a move here because if Mark Scheifele goes down in the playoffs, if this is the team that I'm fielding, it's not going to be great. So a 2C definitely on the list. That second line center position is undoubtedly the biggest need for Winnipeg right now, and I think that if they add that, you're looking at a real scary team here. I mean, Vlad Namestnikov would presumably move down to the 4th line, playing with like Barron and Iafallo presumably. That's pretty scary, and I like that a lot. So we'll see what Winnipeg goes ahead and does at the trade deadline, but reinforcements are on the way, and I think that they're going to be pretty impactful. The second line center, obviously, #1 priority. I think that Winnipeg could look at adding a defenseman, to the top 4. I think that would be great. I think that there are some big swings coming this way. I would love to see a 3rd-line right winger to get Mason Appleton off of that 3rd line. Niederreiter and Lowry played great together, but I would love to see anyone else there. I know a lot of people are saying Rucker McGroarty. When he is done with his NCAA season, he's likely going to be signing with Winnipeg and getting, a little bit of a run at the end of the year. While I love Rutger, I don't think that Rick Bowness is going to trust him on the 3rd line. We already see the distrust that he has in Cole Perfetti playing center, playing minutes late in the games, as Cole is usually on the bench, not playing with the lead. And, whether that's due to his wrist problems that we know about, or, just the coach playing the veterans like Rick Bowness likes to do, I think that Rutger is, probably an unlikely option to be playing that deep into the season, into the playoffs. I don't think Rick Bowness is going to let that fly. As much fun as it would be, I would like to see someone else there as well. This Winnipeg Jets team is legitimately maybe, 1 to 3 pieces away from being a real Stanley Cup contender, like holding the cup over their head come June. And, last season we thought, oh, we're 1 or 2 pieces away. But realistically, looking back at it, that team was probably, oh God, I don't even know, 6, 7 pieces away. That was an ugly team last year. And then when you contribute that Wheeler was slowing down, we're still playing him like 20 minutes a night. Pierre-Luc Dubois just not really caring. I don't know. That team just wasn't that good, and maybe we had too high expectations for that team last season. But this year, this team is legitimately like a contender, and I think that they can be even better, and they have the assets to do it. I've talked about it in videos before. I think the Jets are preparing for a couple big splashes, and I'm just excited to see what they do with the trade deadline. But even with the Winnipeg Jets struggling to score, they are one of the best defensive teams in the NHL still. Defense wins championships. They have 109 goals against this season through 47 games. The next closest to them would be the Edmonton Oilers, who have played 2 fewer games and have 124 goals against. So that's 15 goal difference there. The Jets are one of the best teams in the league at keeping the puck out of their net. Now, that has a lot to do with Connor Hellebuyck, obviously, as he's the front runner for the Vezina Trophy right now. The guy has been incredible. He's been lights out all year like he usually is, but this year he's taken it to a different level. I mean, this guy's like a borderline Hart Trophy nominee. He's been great this season. Jets went 34 games in a row, allowing 3 goals or less. He's a big part of that, is, the guy was just, again, just being lights out, being the Hellebuyck that we all know here in Winnipeg. It's no shock that he's playing out of his mind, but the team in front of him has just been playing such a great team game structurally and have just been really clean defensively for most of the season. A couple blips here and there in the Boston and Toronto game, but really, I mean, they looked really good really throughout the year, and a big reason, again, why they won 34 straight games, 3 goals or less. Unbelievable. The biggest difference I've noticed this year is the calmness with the defensemen, not only just Josh Morrissey and Dylan DeMello, being calm and poised like we're used to seeing them, but Brendan Dillon, Neil Pionk for a lot of the year have looked really good, just not really making mistakes, not making turnovers like they were last season, just been way more calm, getting the puck out, not letting there be a cycle. And, even if it doesn't necessarily amount to a chance or anything, they're going north, they're not going south, they're not coming back and, having to defend for 2 to 3 minutes at a time, getting hemmed in their own zone, and, kind of just hoping to God that Connor Hellebuyck can save the day. So while I think that adding a top 4 defenseman would be great for this team and make them even more, of a bona fide contender, I don't think it's, absolutely 1000% necessary. A 2C absolutely has to be done, even if you want to add another player into the forward core, I think that would take the team a long way as well. But right now, the way the defense is playing, I don't really have a huge problem with it. I would love to add a top 4 defenseman, but, maybe that's priority number 2 behind second line center right now. But getting healthy, getting those reinforcements, I think will go a long way to helping the special teams, as they have not been good. The penalty kill has kind of come along a little bit, had a rough one against Toronto on Saturday, but besides that, they have been getting their groove back on the penalty kill. I hope that continues, but the power play has just been miserable. The power play's been miserable all season long. That has to get changed. I don't know if Brad Lauer needs to get fired, moved, just relieved of his duties. I don't care, or just try something else. It is not working. The power play stinks. I think that, whoever the Jets do bring in for reinforcements will ultimately help the power play, I would imagine, as I would imagine it would be a guy with some finishing ability, some playmaking ability, I don't know, but they desperately need help to fix that power play. They need to change so much of it, and it is just really ugly, and it's hard to believe a team with this much talent can struggle so much with the man advantage, and it's been a reason that Winnipeg's lost, maybe 3, 4, 5 games this season. That needs to get better. That cannot be an issue heading into the playoffs. You cannot waste chances in the playoffs with your power plays. You need to take advantage of those moments, and you need to put the puck in the back of the net. You don't get a lot of room in the playoffs. It's a much different game than the regular season. I think the Jets are built for it with the way they play defense and everything, but they do need to find a way to get back on track with the power play, because if they're not going to take advantage of their opportunities, whatever team against them they are playing absolutely will. So at the end of the day, this is a Winnipeg Jets team that is very good but does have some flaws. I understand the panic and the PTSD from past seasons, but this team is truthfully different, and I think once they get those reinforcements at the trade deadline, they will be fine. I assume it's going to be a 2C, probably going to be an upgrade on the defense as well, I would hope and pray, because I really don't want to see Nate Schmidt in the playoffs. But that's where I stand right now with my thoughts on the Jets. just everybody take a breath. Let's enjoy the All-Star break. Take a week off from thinking about the Jets. Let them heal up. Reinforcements on the way. They're going to be okay. I believe in this team, and I think that they're going to be a lot of fun come playoff time. But I want to hear from you guys. Leave a comment down below what you guys think about the Winnipeg Jets so far this season. Is the sky starting to fall? Is this team fraudulent, or is this just a little blip like I think it is, right? Leave that down below. But if you haven't already, leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Go Jets, go! Bye-bye.